everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you managed to have a lovely Christmas. It definitely was a different one in the area of the UK that I live in because we weren't allowed to see anybody, but you know, it was nice and relaxing and cozy, and yeah, I hope you managed to have a lovely one. So I actually put a poll on Instagram because I wasn't sure whether to make this video or not, because I thought, do we want to review 2020? Do we want to look back on it at all, or do we just want to completely forget about it? So I asked on Instagram whether you guys would like a how to review 2020 video, and it was a really close vote. It was like 56 yes and 43 no. That doesn't add up to 100, but you know what I mean. But I did notice the people that voted yes were the people that are subscribed to this channel. So I thought, well, I did a vote, you guys said yes, and I thought I'll make it and we'll just see what we can do. It's not going to be easy to look back positively on a year like 2020. I think we can all agree it has not been a good year. We are in the middle of a global pandemic and it's still ongoing, and there's still lots of restrictions here in the UK. So yeah, it's been a really tough year, but I'm planning to make a kind of 2021 planning goals video, and I thought I would really like to kind of end 2020 as positively as you can and just try to remember, like, there were pockets of not good things, but like things that I achieved, moments that I've enjoyed, things I've learned, and I just thought maybe we could just do it together and see if we can pull anything positive out of the year that we can. But obviously, if you just want to forget 2020, I completely understand. Move on, don't watch this video. But if you would like to kind of reflect a little bit positively with me, keep watching, hit the thumbs up button, and also grab a notebook and pen, because I think it'd be cool if we like did it together and see if we could find some bits that were okay in the last year. It's not going to be easy, but I've got my notebook and I've written down kind of 3 exercises that I thought we could do together, and hopefully by doing them we can just think some positive thoughts about the last year, and it will just help us as we move into the new year and we think about resolutions and goals and that kind of thing. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, please do hit that subscribe button. So let's get started. Grab your notebook and pen and do it with me. So I'm going to give you 3 things to kind of write down, and then I'll tell you like how I answered the questions. So with all these 3 things, I literally just wrote the first thing that came to my mind. So don't overthink it, just write down the first kind of things that come to your mind. And look, let's be aware, 2020 is not a normal year. So even if this is like a tiny thing that you've enjoyed, a tiny thing that you've achieved, that's great, because to me, the biggest achievement at all is that we got through this year. Do you know what I mean? So don't worry like how small your answers are. This is just a little exercise to try and bring some light into the end of the year. So the first thing that I want you to write down are 3 things that you enjoyed this year, okay? And then I'm going to tell you like what my 3 things are. So 3 things that I enjoyed: entertainment. So on a slightly down note, I didn't read as much this year. I didn't enjoy books as much this year. I don't know if it's because I was so focused on writing my own. I'm an author, hello, if you are new here and you don't know what I'm talking about. I write women's fiction. I write the Glendale Hall series of books, and I had to write 2 books this year, so perhaps just focusing on trying to be creative meant I didn't enjoy reading other people's books as much. I'm not sure, but what I did enjoy was I watched a lot of TV and movies this year, but also I loved the fact that Taylor Swift surprised us with 2 albums this year. She is my favourite artist, and honestly, it does sound like a small thing in any other year, but in 2020 that brought like some light, some joy into my life. Really enjoyed her albums. I really enjoyed getting Disney Plus. I watched some great things on there, and I really enjoyed like more kind of cozy feel-good stuff. So when I was thinking this through, things that came to my mind were like Mallory Towers on BBC One, or Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist that I watched, or Hamilton on Disney Plus. Things that just brought me joy, or like the Eurovision movie on Netflix. Those are the kind of things that I really enjoyed this year. And also I watched like this cozy crime show called Father Brown, which I loved. So yeah, it was things that were just kind of almost like wholesome, I would say, that I enjoyed this year. And then number 2 is nature. I have gone on more walks than ever this year, because basically during lockdowns, what else can you do? And I found that actually I have enjoyed it, and I found this local park near me that I really love, and this tree. If you follow me on social media, you know that I often talk about this tree, because I don't know, I just fell in love with a tree. Like, what did 2020 do to me? Anyway. And then the third thing that I've enjoyed this year is chatting to new people. So unless I went to like a big event, which probably only happened like once a year, if that, in the writing world, I don't actually know any authors. So no writing people live near me that I know of. So this year I've chatted to loads of people online, like on Zoom or Facebook, you know, on video calls, and it's been really great. Like I've got to talk to people that I've only ever sort of known just from like liking their social media posts or occasionally seen at events, and I have really loved that. I've really loved talking about writing with them, talking about publishing with them, getting to know like their process, and just general as well, like talking through the year with other people has really helped, because we have all been in this together. So that is something I've loved. Like I feel like I've made new friends, and like not in real life, like through the online world, and that's been great, because in a year where we have kind of been forced to disconnect, there has been ways that I've been able to connect, and also with my friends I've chatted to them more. And yeah, so I would say I've actually enjoyed being able to talk to people that live far away from me, and yeah, it's just been nice to know that like we're all in this together. So number 2 is I want you to write down 3 things that you have learnt this year. So for me, the 3 things that I've learnt is, number 1, I'm not alone in my feelings. I feel like there are certain points in the year where I felt kind of down, kind of low, and a little bit lonely. Like I think we all have, because we've been forced by lockdowns to be alone. And I feel like sometimes I'm just like, I'm the only person that feels this way. But as soon as I reached out or said how I was feeling, everybody said they were feeling the same way. So I think that was really a positive thing that I learned, that like sometimes you feel like you're the only one who feels a certain way, but I think this year definitely has taught me that that is so not the case, and we have all had a tough 2020, and it doesn't make the year better to know that we've all had a tough year, but it kind of does, because I think a lot of times, especially on social media, you look at other people's lives, you think, oh my God, their life is so much better than mine. Like they live this amazing life and they must be so happy. And you just compare yourself. And this is just kind of, I mean, it hasn't made us all the same. Like I know everybody's had a different experience of the pandemic, but we know that we're not having an amazing life at the moment. So in a way, that has kind of stopped the comparison and things like that. Do you know what I mean? I feel like it's made me feel, yeah, that I'm not alone in how I'm feeling. I hope I'm explaining that right. Number 2, this year I have gone gluten-free. So what I've learned is my body at the moment prefers me to be gluten-free, which is quite upsetting, but I do feel better without gluten. So that is something I've learned, and something that at the moment I'm continuing. And yeah, send me any gluten-free recipes or things that you like if you are also gluten-free to help me. And then the third one kind of relates to what I enjoyed. I think I've learned that nature and getting outside is good for my mental and physical health. And I know that sounds stupid, and I should have already known that, and I did, but usually, like if I went out, I would probably go like shopping. Like I wouldn't go really for a walk in a park. That was never really like something that I did, and now it definitely is, and I do feel so much better when I do get out for that walk. So I have definitely learned that nature can be really like calming and healing, and that is definitely something I want to do more of in 2021. I actually got a new coat from my mum for Christmas because I wanted a warm waterproof coat, so that I couldn't make, oh, the weather is bad today as my excuse for not getting outside. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, those are the 3 things I learned. Hope you wrote down yours. The final exercise is 3 things that you have achieved this year. And as I said before, 2020 is not a normal year. So if one of your achievement is literally you got through the year, then definitely put that down, because I think we all have achieved something by getting through this year. But hopefully you can find something that you are proud of this year, you know, something that you did against the odds, something that you that made you feel proud, a little bit of success in the year. But honestly, as I said, if it's literally that you just made it through, write that down. So the 3 things that I achieved is I wrote 2 books. So I actually published one as well. So Hopeful Hearts of Glendale Hall, which is the 3rd book in my series. I finished writing that as we went into the very first UK lockdown in March. And honestly, I felt like writing that was such a challenge, because we were just in this complete unprecedented situation. It was scary. It was anxiety producing. It was weird. And although it really helped me to kind of escape to my fictional world, it was also a challenge to kind of step away from what was going on in our world and try and write this kind of cozy, uplifting, happy ending story. So I do feel really proud that I did that. And then I also wrote what will be the 4th book in the Glendale series, which will come out in summer next year. That one I found easier, maybe because we'd got more used to things, which sounds awful, but do you know what I mean? It wasn't quite so unprecedented, or maybe I was just really even more eager to escape to my fictional world of Glendale and kind of escape this world. I don't know. But the fact that I wrote 2 books this year, I feel really proud, and I just hope that people enjoy reading them, and it brings you guys a bit of joy and escapism, because obviously we are still very much in this pandemic. And yeah, as I said before, entertainment is something that I've enjoyed this year. So if someone can get what I've got from other entertainments from my book, that just makes me feel like really, really happy. I also signed a new book deal with my publishers. It's a 4-book deal. And we're going to announce it in the new year sometime. So obviously I can't tell you too much about it, but I'm really excited, and I just feel like really proud that my publishers want to continue working with me, and that you guys are so far enjoying the books that I'm writing. And I just really hope that that continues to be the case. Fingers crossed. So I'm really proud of that. And then the 3rd thing that I wrote down actually was this channel, because I do feel like this is an achievement. I started a YouTube channel in the year of 2020 in the middle of a pandemic. I wanted a hobby during lockdown. I wanted to have a kind of place where I could chat and also like escape again from what was going on, and I've just really enjoyed it. And it's something that I really hope I can carry on with in 2021 and build on. And I really hope that you guys will enjoy my videos, and I hope that more of you join my channel. But yeah, I feel like that was an achievement to start something new in this crazy year. I'm really proud of myself, and it has been nerve-wracking. Like, it's really nerve-wracking, like making videos and putting yourself on camera. And it's even more nerve-wracking, like sharing the video, I think, on my current social media. So like people that already know me and friends and family, the fact that they watch my videos is still nerve-wracking to me, and I really am like still unsure about like how good I am at making videos. But I've really enjoyed it, and yeah, I think it's an achievement, something to be proud of, and something hopefully that I can continue next year. So there we have it, 3 really simple exercises, but I hope that you guys found them useful. For me, it was really nice to just sit down and step away from the kind of the pandemic side of 2020 and just think personally some positive things that have happened to me, that I've done, that I've learned. And yeah, it just helps moving forward, I think, for the new year and what I want to achieve for next year. It was just helpful to kind of have a quick look back at 2020. And yeah, and I just hoped it kind of helped you have a bit more of a positive look back at the year that was really the craziest year that in my lifetime that I've ever lived through. And I'm just really hoping that 2020 is a much better one for us all. So coming up next on my channel will be a planning video for next year. So start thinking about your goals and we can set some together. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do hit that subscribe button, and also let me know in the comments what your answers were. I'd love to know, what did you enjoy, what did you learn, what did you achieve? Just pick out one that you'd like to share with us. That would be really lovely to read in the comment section. And I will see you next time. So take care, look after yourselves, and thanks so much for watching. Bye.